Well, hello there. I am Dr. LaWanda N. Evans, a licensed professional counselor, relationship therapist, author, and speaker. I am coming to you today to talk to you a little bit about one of the topics that we're going to discuss at our upcoming workshop, the 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, a relationship workshop for couples as well as for singles who want to learn different types of relationship skills, healthy relationship skills, so that you can have the relationship that you desire. So I am one of the presenters. The other presenter is Monica Simpson, who's also a licensed professional counselor. And together we are going to host this workshop on Saturday, March 17th from 8:30 to 4:30. And I'm going to give you more information about where you can actually register for the workshop. But I just want to take some time to talk to you a little bit about another topic that we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about a lot of things within the eight hours that you're actually with us. And one of those things that we're going to talk about is letting your partner influence you. You know, many times in relationships, we have a very difficult time allowing our mates to influence us, to make decisions on their own, and to bring back the results from the decisions that have actually been made. And so we're going to talk about the importance of influencing one another. We're going to talk about letting you know that it's okay to accept influence from your mate. It's okay that your mate has a mind of his or her own. It's okay that they think for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. And in order to have a healthy relationship, you have to be able to listen to the concerns, the thoughts, and the opinions of your mate in order for your relationship to work. One of the things you don't want to happen, you don't want your relationship to be damaged because you shut your mate down, because you refuse to listen to what he or she has to say. You refuse to take their thoughts and opinions into consideration when making a decision. And then one of the things that I've seen in a lot of relationships is that people don't include their mate in their decision making. And so we're going to talk about the importance of influencing each other, letting your mate influence you. There is nothing wrong with that. Regardless of who you are, regardless of your status, regardless of the position you hold at work or the position you hold at home, it's okay to allow your mate to influence you. And one of the things that we're going to talk about when we talk about letting your partner influence you is really all about honoring and respecting each other. You want to make sure that in your relationship that you have the ability to honor and respect each other. And many times in relationships, people don't know what that really means. And so it's very important to be able to talk to your mate, to talk about what does honoring and respecting you mean to you? What are your thoughts on honor and respect? Because one of the things that I've noticed is that in relationships, how we were raised, what we saw growing up, we tend to bring those same types of behaviors into our relationship. And then we tend to think that the person that we're with have the same outlook and the same views when it comes to honor and respect. So I want to encourage you to sit down with the person that you're in a relationship with, sit down with the person that you're dating or the person that you're interested in, and just ask the question, what does it mean to honor and respect you? What does that mean to you? What are your thoughts on this? Begin to have a conversation about what that really looks like so you can have an idea of how you can honor and respect the person that you're actually with. And then another thing that we're going to talk about is influencing decision making. Many a times in a relationship, there's one person making the decision and they do not consult the other person. And so I want to encourage you to let you know that there's nothing wrong with including your mate. You want to include your mate in your decision making. You don't want to just make a decision for the entire family and say, oh, you just have to deal with it, because that's a sign of disrespect. That's a sign of being basically disregarding the feelings and the thoughts and opinions of your mate. So you want to be able to include them in your decision-making process. So those are two things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about more, but I just wanted to highlight. Looks like Monica is chiming in with us now. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi. I can't see you.
Hold on. Let's see.
And I'm recording too, so you're actually joining in as the recording is going. So,
oh, great.
Monica has joined us, and so she's going to talk a little bit about some of the activities that you can do that would help you influence each other, that would help you to honor and respect one another, and also that would help you to be able to understand the importance of influencing decision making and really getting your mate involved in the decision making process. You don't have to do it alone, and you want to include your mate, because when you include your mate in the decision making process, it actually tells him or her that you value them, that you respect them, that you take their opinions and their thoughts into consideration. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that at the workshop as well. Monica, are you there?
I am. I'm just having some trouble with my video, but I will join via audio.
Okay, great. Well, Monica is going to join us via audio. I've shared a little bit about what we're going to talk about on March 17th, Monica. I talked about letting your partner influence you, which is principle number 4 of the 7 principles for making marriage work. And so I talked about honor and respecting each other, and being able to influence each other's decision making, basically bringing each other to being able to include each other in the decision making process, and knowing that there's nothing wrong with including each other in that particular process. So do you have an activity that you want to talk to them about that would either touch on influencing each other, or just something that deals with honor and respecting, and also talk about maybe, you know, how they can include each other on the decision making process and how important that is?
Okay, well, great. Thank you. If you could just give me a second, I will have that activity. Really, the first one, the one that comes to mind, and it is one that we will be using going into more detail, that I like, that it's fun, is called the Island Survival Game. And so I don't want to give too much away, because I would love for people to come out and actually experience it. But basically, we give our couples a scenario where they are stranded on an island, and they have to work together and decide on what kind of items that they are going to need that came from the shipwreck, and what items are going to be needed in case they have to stay on the island for a while, or in case they're trying, obviously trying to get off the island. So survival type of skills. And so you only can carry so many items, obviously. And so the activity is that the couples will work together to decide on which items that they are going to take with them. And of course, everybody has their own idea of what they would need at any given time. But this activity shows, well, if you disagree or you don't agree on the same items, how do you work together to ultimately decide what you are going to bring? Wow. And so to me, this is, definitely an exercise that emphasizes accepting influence, which is also, and also compromise. How are you willing to give for your partner? Are you willing to listen to your partner's ideas? Are you willing to maybe, any given time, are you willing to yield to what they want in the moment? And so I really like that exercise for that purpose.
Okay, awesome. So an island survival activity sounds fun. Yes. I actually use that activity in my office with the couples that I work with. And it's so amazing to watch couples work together to identify the items that they would actually need in order to help them survive. I highly encourage this activity. It's actually a fun activity, because we get a chance to see whether or not couples have the ability to influence each other, and whether or not there's any resistance. Because sometimes people don't want to follow the person that they're in a relationship with. And so I think this is a great activity, for our participants, for everybody to see that, oh, wow, this is something, to be able to identify that they can hear and receive from each other without trying to be bossy or without trying to take over everything. So I think that's an awesome activity.
Yes, I like it. And like you said, it is fun. And so it's kind of a lighthearted way over an activity that maybe is not high stress, for couples to learn that skill, to learn to accepting influence, and learn how to compromise.
Okay. Because one of the things that we know when it comes to relationships is that not only accepting influences, it also shows that, okay, that they're able to honor and respect each other. And one of the most important things in a relationship is being able to honor and respect. Because if you cannot honor and respect each other in your relationship, in your marriage, in your dating relationship, the relationship is not going to work. It's really going to be difficult to continue to stay in a relationship where you're not honored and where you're not respected. And so our goal is to give you the tools that are needed to help you to build that, to help you to create that, to help you to enhance that in your relationship, and know that there's nothing wrong with, accepting influence from one another. Sometimes, I'm not going to talk about gender differences, but sometimes, one person have a difficult time accepting that because, hey, I'm the head of the household and I'm the one that's supposed to be controlling this. So what I say goes, and your opinion, your thoughts don't matter, which is not so. And so that's the reason why we want to invite you all out to participate or to join us in this workshop, because it's really going to be very exciting. It's going to be very interactive, and it's going to give you the tools that are needed to help enhance your relationship. You don't have to go through life or go through your relationship by yourself. You have the ability there's so much information out here to really help you if you want your relationship to survive. There's a lot out here and available to you to actually help you do that. And then should you choose to attend the 7 Principles Relationship Seminar with us, you're also going to get an invite to the Safe Conversations workshop that I'm actually going to facilitate in the month of May. And so that's going to teach you more about communication. So you're going to actually get 2 for the price of 1 should you decide that you want to register for this workshop. Monica, is there anything else you want to say about the 7 principles?
You did a great job of covering what couples can expect when they come out to the workshop. And really, I see this, coming to couple workshops, really investing time in your relationship and on your relationship is so important. It's very easy to get caught up in the day-to-day routine of our lives, or thinking that I know my partner and we're good and things are good. But when you stop and when both people are invested and both people are intentional about their relationship, we find that there's always room for improvement. So even if you think things are going well, you have no problems, this is still a good opportunity for you to check in with your partner just to make sure, or maybe there's something that you can improve on, or maybe get a little bit better at. So you don't have to be in crisis to come to couple workshops. You don't have to think that there's a problem with your relationship in order to come out. So this is open to everybody.
Good. And I also want to emphasize that coming to the couples workshop, you actually get an opportunity to learn from each other. You're going to have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about your mate, some things that you may not have known at all. You're going to learn from your mate while attending this workshop, because there are going to be some activities that we're going to do where you're going to get to know each other all over again. I hear so many couples say, well, I know him, or I know her, or you should have known that about me. No, not really, because you're always growing. You're growing every day. You're not the person you were 6 months ago. You're not the person you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You are a different person. And for those of you who are married, you're not the person you were when you got married. So it's okay to learn some more things about your mate, to learn some different things about your mate, and also to learn how you can love them for where they are right now in their life. That is so important when it comes to relationships. Being able to love the person that you're with for where they are right now, for who they are in this particular moment. Because the way you loved them 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago, that has really changed. And many a times couples have a difficult time updating each other and saying, hey, babe, can we do this a little bit different? Or what are your thoughts on this? And seeing it from a different perspective, or being able to say, hey, that's not something that I need right now. This is what I need from you right now, from where I am in my life. This is what I need. This is what I want. So these are the things that we're going to be talking about in the 7 Principles seminar that we're going to host March 17th from 8:30 to 4:30 here in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be an exciting time. We're going to have several activities for you. Lunch is included. You're also going to get a workbook. You're also going to get a book. And so you're also going to get an invite to the Safe Conversations workshop that's going to be held in May. And so there's going to be a lot of exciting things. So I want to encourage you to invest in your relationship. If you don't do anything else in 2018, invest in your relationship. Gain the tools that are needed to help you to have the relationship that you want. Don't think that you have to do it by yourself. Don't think you have to go about it alone. This may save you from relationship counseling or marriage counseling. Who knows? You know, both of us are therapists. Both of us work with couples. I specialize in specifically working with couples only, and I also work with women and helping them with healthy relationships. So I do this basically all day long. However, I do know that coming to this workshop may save you from coming to see me, and it may save you from coming to see Monica. All you have to do is implement the strategies, implement the tools. You have to work on them. Anything else, Monica, you want to share?
Oh, I love that. Implementation, yes. So we can give you the information. You could have read it, you could have heard it somewhere, but until you, again, invest that time, invest that effort in following through, you are not going to see the results that you want to see. And then one of the things that we're going to show you basically how you can just spend 6 hours a week on your relationship, and just, in 7 days, 6 hours, spending time on your relationship, and it will make a difference in the outcome. And so it is easy. It can be easy to implement. Let's put it that way. So I love it.
Awesome. Well, Monica, you want to share with them where they can get the information about the workshop?
So you can, I'm trying to think because there's several different ways. You can go to Dr. Lawanda's website. There's a link there. You can also go to my Facebook page, which is New Pathways Texas. There's a link there. Where else do we have links to?
Eventbrite. There's
yes.
a link on Eventbrite. If you put in the 7 principles, put in either one of our names, Dr. Lawanda N. Evans or Monica Simpson, and the Eventbrite link comes up. And on my website, if you go to speaker and click on 7 principles, that's where you would find the link. And the link is also on my my Facebook page as well, on my Instagram, which is at Dr. Lawanda N. Evans, and it's also on my Twitter page, which is at Dr. Lawanda. It's also located on my LinkedIn page as well. So I think we got social media covered.
Right.
Where you can find it. And in about 10 minutes, you can, now give me about 15 minutes, you can find it on the Godman Institute website, where they actually post where there's seminars and so forth that are actually going to be held. So hopefully you'll be able to see that shortly. I hope so. I'm going to try to post a flyer up there, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. But you can also reach out. You can email me at counseling@drlne.com, or you can call me at 972-855-8947. And again, you can go to my website, which is www.drlne.com for more information about the workshop. Again, it is Saturday, March 17th here in Dallas, Texas, from 8:30 to 4:30. Lunch is included, as well as your workbooks and books as well for you and your mate, or you and that special one that you are with. So we hope to see you there. Registration is $197, I believe.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's $197, which is a great investment. If you look at some of the other seminars that are being hosted, I think the investment for this is great for you at this moment. I think registration goes up very soon. So right now it's $197. It started at $97 and it went up to $197, and then it's going to go up again. So we want to encourage you to invest in yourself, invest in your relationship, invest in your love, invest in your marriage. This is a great investment. And then be looking forward to other, workshops that are actually going to be held to help you to have the relationship, to have the marriage that you actually want. Anything else, Monica?
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing, a lot of couples out there, a lot of people who are wanting to start 2018 with something different in their relationship. Yes. This is a great way to start off the year, set the tone for 2018, say, honey, we are going to do something different this year, and 2018 is going to be our year.
Right. Okay.
So come on out.
Right. Well, we don't have anything else. We just want to pop in to give you this information. Hope to see you at the workshop. And again, you can reach out to either one of us if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day.
All right. Great. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.